I knew the sneaker game was over when I saw a pair of infrared sixes for sale for like $110 at the Nike outlet. And they just had boxes of them. I didn't understand why they were in these like all black boxes. So I called my boy because I'm like, am I tripping? Like, do you need to come down here? They're only allowing you to buy one pair. He tells me, don't buy them. They're B grades.
What? Don't buy them because they're B grades? I got to hear more.
I was like, what's a B grade? Because look, I'll be honest, there's a lot of things I just don't understand about sneakers and life in general. But he's like, bro, B grades mean that the shoe's just like got something defective with it. And I was like, but what's wrong with it?
So to be fair, a lot of people don't know what B grades are. And B grades from Nike perspective is just shoes that hasn't passed Nike standard of inspection. Haven't passed quality control to Nike standards. And it could be a numerous amount of reasons. It could be stitching. It could be discoloration. Maybe shoes sat so long they got mold. So Nike would sell them at a discounted price at the Nike factory stores and Nike clearance stores. The mere fact that his boy told him don't is baffling to me. And I also think he said that there were $110 for some infrareds. That's a fire deal. But we're going to proceed, though. I'm going to break down more about B grades and my experience with them.
Turns out with these, it was like a little stitching like this. And I was just like, bro, I love infrared sixes. I didn't hit on the app. I want infrared sixes. He said, bro, if you put on those infrared sixes, people are going to know.
Oh, my God. Not only did he give them bad advice, but he also told them that people are going to know. Let me tell you firsthand, for someone who purchased so many pairs of shoes from the Nike factory store, the Nike clearance stores on discounts, who has tangled and got my hands on a lot of B grade, from the Mellow 13s, from the Carmine 6s, from the 72 and 10s, you name it, I touched it. All those shoes I just mentioned were B grades. The Gatorade 6s, the Jordan 11, I forgot, Win Like 84, 86, they were all B grades in the Nike factory store. A lot of shoes are B grades. Matter of fact, some shoes that are not even stamped should be B grades. And the way you can identify the B grade is with the B stamp on the size and tag. In this case, the guy's clearly shown that the issue was stitching. And it looks like it's on the medial side of the shoe. So it's the inner side of the shoe. People's gonna notice? Who cares? Matter of fact, the 72 and 10s I mentioned that I purchased from the Nike factory store, I also purchased them from a foot traffic site store. And I combined the two. Matter of fact, I even did a community post, if you guys want to go way back, and I asked people to find the difference. There was mixed emotions about if they actually did or not. But the person who actually had the physical shoe in hand, I couldn't tell the difference. How are you going to tell the difference if I rocked it? Anyways, we'll proceed, man.
They're going to know that those are B grades.
No, they're not.
And I'm like, how, bro? It's like one stitch. And this whole process took me down a rabbit hole around B grades. And like, were stores selling B grades? What is a B grade? And
if you guys notice too, on the picture that he's doing his talking head video on, it says fakes, B grades and fakes. That's so far from the truth. Nike is selling B grades. Sometimes Nike would send B grades to Ross, Marshalls. So if you ever get a Nike shoe and there's a B grade stamp on it, all it means it didn't pass Nike standard of quality or Nike quality assurance procedures or practices. So Nike is not going to send it to a foot traffic site to be sold day one. So they'll release it to these, I forgot what you call the Rosses and the Brotons. But Nike also takes shoes and sell them in their own store, the Nike factory stores, as B grades. And recently I've noticed that they have stamps on the box for imperfection, blemishes. And now we got the refurbished section, and Nike also stamped those shoes and then stamp it with the R, letting people know that they're refurbished. And refurbished also means shoes that people have rock and return, so Nike repurposed them, right? There's some that's called gently worn, others are called imperfection, and I forgot what the third option is, but there's three variants of what Nike refurbish is under, and guess what? Those are return shoes. Those are imperfection shoes, and Nike also sell those.
that's when I realized there wasn't a real love for the game.
Facts.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how you guys feel, but like, if a sneaker is made in the same factory and there's a stitch off or like a piece off, like if I didn't hit on the app and now I can get the shoe for a discount, I was all in. I could care less.
I agree. All in. Buy them. Buy them all day.
But they talked me out of it, and to this day, I'm still so angry because I never got those infrared sixes. But what are you guys' like stance on B grades? Because it's not fake. Like
They're
it's
not.
the shoe. It's from the actual, not it's from the warehouse. It's just like one stitch was off. Is it wrong to buy B grades? Like, is it? I don't know. I just like.
It's definitely not wrong to buy a B grade. Do not let people convince you otherwise. If you see a B grade and it's significantly discounted, do buy it. Some B grades come with the original packaging. Some get the replacement box. But regardless if you get the original packaging or you get the replacement box, one thing's for sure, there's going to be a B grade stamped on the tongue of that sneaker. That will be an indicator for B grade. And the prices can vary. Not all B grades get discounted. Most recently, I think it was a pandemic thing. Nike was selling B grades for retail. I frown upon that. That's how the Carmines were. I also saw Nike sold some shoes before the original release date. It was some Jordan 13s. I think they were the Obsidians. I can't remember specifically. But they sold that shoe in a factory store before it actually released. And they sold for retail. I bought a pair. And then when the original release came, I bought the original release and returned the pair I bought from the factory store. But that shoe, that Obsidian 13, it was a B grade, stamped clear as day with a replacement box. Nike was just trying to get ahead of the curve, giving people opportunity to buy a shoe that they feel that was going to sell out. Because, around the pandemic time, every shoe was selling out. But anyways, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts about B grades. Will you buy them? Can you always tell where the imperfection is? Or will you stay far away from it? And if you're watching this channel, man, my goal over here is to help people save money. I will never talk you guys out of buying B grades. Anyways, see you in the next building. Peace.